Hi today everybody. Something a wee bit different, so a wee bit experimenting for me today, and on a couple of things I suppose. I am going to be using the Eco Pour from Just For You Online UK. I've had a little bit of practice and I absolutely love this stuff. Love it. And the other thing you might have noticed is the voiceover is not recorded after. I'm going to try and do like a live voiceover as things progress throughout the session. So let's just get going. So got some water and I have some Eco Pour. I have a mould, which is a pot mould. There is a lid for it, but I'm not going to pour the lid today. I have my scales, which guys, look at my scales, look at the state of them. Anyway, they work. That's the main thing, they do work. So yeah, let's go on to opening up the Eco Pour. So as I say, I've had a little bit of a play. It's so easy to use this. So before I had used a different compound, I don't know if you can see inside here, it's literally just like talcum powder or icing sugar. It is white and it stays white whilst it is, lost my cup there, stays white while you mix. Obviously if you put a colouring in it, it will change colour, but I think other pours that I've had before have been a sort of a greyish colour. So, right, let's sort this out because otherwise I will run out of room. So I'm hoping, I'm not quite sure how much this mould holds, but the plan is to follow the instructions on the back of the packet, which says 100 grams of powder to 30 grams of water. So I'm hoping to do 300 grams of powder to 90 mils of water. So I'm going to pour the water in first and then add the powder. Okay, oops, so it's set at grams, let me change it to mils. Okay. Now this, I've seen this used in quite a few videos, and actually 90 is going to be quite a bit of water. Anyway, go with it, we'll see, it's an experiment. And I've seen people being really precise and I've seen people being like not precise in the slightest and just firing all the things in until the mixture seems to be about right for them. I'm going to measure it this time, so I need 300 grams, actually quite a lot. I don't know if I don't even know if this is going to work, to be fair. We're only at 62 grams and I have added loads so far. Luckily it does come in a 3 kilogram bag. 128. Oh, can you hear the bubbles? That is just amazing. Okay, so we're now up to 182. Still quite a lot of powder to go in. We're only just over halfway. 232. Right, I'm going to mix this at the moment. Oh dear. Have I read this right? Yeah, I have. It's beginning to mix. This could be a very funny experiment. Right, so I actually need a better mixer than this one. Hold on. This one's just a wee bit too flimsy. Let's try this one. Because you want to make sure you're getting it all mixed in. Now, still 230 and I need up to 300, so another 70 grams of powder. I don't know, that feels like a lot of powder. Anyway, I'm sure the ladies at Just For You Online know what they're talking about. I'm going to zero that and make another 70 grams of powder. Okay. Slightly worried I'm not going to be able to mix this. There we go, bang on 70. I'm going to move this out the way, otherwise I'll end up knocking it and it will go everywhere. So, it's quite a lot of powder. Have I read that right? 90 grams? I have, but oh no, I really want to add more liquid to it. Do you think I could add some more? Wait a minute, it's beginning to combine. I'm kind of slicing it here with a knife. I suppose I'm going to have to use a wee bit extra water. I don't think I could have measured that out properly with the powder then, because when I have made it before in much smaller quantities, it's definitely not going to stick as this. So I'm wondering if, because I used a little cup for the powder and it was kind of packed in, I wonder if maybe there was too much. Do you know what? I'm going to pause you there. Or will I just keep going? Actually, I'll just keep going. You can always fast forward it if you want to. Like, it's easier to mix than resin. I'm not worried about bubbles. Oh my goodness, it's so thick. Actually can feel there's some water at the bottom that's not mixed in. I think what I would do next time then is use a jug so that there's more room to mix. You know, it's not as deep, but there's a kind of wider surface area, because that would make it easier to mix, like a mixing bowl type jug. I would also add the powder a wee bit at a time, give it a mix, another wee bit of powder, give it a mix, and see what happens. Now, this is beginning to feel a wee bit better. I will keep mixing for another couple of minutes and I'll put you on pause. Okay, so I'm back. I haven't added any more powder and I haven't added any more liquid. What I did do was just, it's very difficult to mix at this angle under the camera, so I just moved over a wee bit to make it a bit more comfortable. So it's mixed, not too runny. So next part of the experiment is I want to do a coral, actually I want to do like a peachy colour. Now I have two pigments from Create and Bloom Crafts, which you can buy on the Just For You website. So the first one is Cruise Yellow. I don't even have my glasses on, so I'm doing well that I can read. Now yellow and red make orange. I don't have red, I've got Atwood Pink. Do you think those would make a peachy colour? I think we're just going to have to try out, don't we? Right, so let's take the yellow first. Give it a good stir. You only need a tiny little drop of this pigment, like I'm giving it a good stir. And then I'm going to end up scraping most of it back off. I think this is going hard as I'm working with it. I might have to add just an extra tiny bit to water. Let's see. I definitely think the trick is to use a sturdier jug or mixing bowl for this, because certainly in this quantity anyway, I need to make sure I get it all mixed right down at the bottom. Again, I think I might just put a tiny extra wee bit of pigment in there. Okay, doke. So I gave in. I did a tiny dribble of water, just to make it a bit easier for me to mix. So we're going to go in with the pink. Again, I'm not entirely sure about quantities here for the colour that I want to get. So we're just going to try and keep going until it's mixed in, and then see what's happened. See how the mixture is just slightly runnier now. Not much, but much easier to mix. Make sure you scrape the sides, otherwise you'll end up with a streaky effect. Now, I don't think that pink really made any difference there. I'm going to add some more in. And see what happens. Now, also, you might have noticed I'm wearing gloves for doing this. I always wear gloves when I'm mixing resin. You don't need to wear gloves when you're using EcoPore. However, you can see the state I'm in already. So gloves are for me. Now, I don't see the pink coming through. I wonder if I could put something else in, a reddish tint. Do you know what? I think it would have been better trying all this before filming it, do you know what? Getting right down, making sure I'm scraping the sides, scraping the bottom. I really don't want any streaky bits. Okay, hold on. I'm going to see if I can find a red pigment. Right, so I found some pigment which I actually think is resin pigment from a company that are no longer. It's quite red, isn't it? No longer trading, so I won't show you who they're from. This is so bizarre. Why is it not changing colour? It's really not, is it? I'm going to tip a wee bit more of the red in. I'm very conscious that it might be a disaster. That's quite a lot of red. Honestly, if this doesn't work, then I'm definitely doing something wrong here. Yep, let's see how this goes. It's very just making a right mess there. I think the people that I've watched on YouTube have had a fair bit of practice doing this, because none of them made the amount of mess that I'm making. Right, I'm going to go off again and see if I can mix it a wee bit better. Back in a second. Okay, after a bit of trial and error and a lot of mess, I think I have something that looks similar to peach. Yeah, that was a combination of a few different pigments and a lot of mixing, and I discovered why the red wasn't mixing in, and that's because there was a great big dollop of red sitting at the bottom that I hadn't quite reached. So once I mixed that in, funnily enough, things started happening. Right, let's pour this before I can do anything else to it to scupper the idea. So I'm just going to pour it slowly into the mould. It's quite a thick liquid now. Not helped by the fact that I've been faffing about for a little while, but it is flowing. It's going down the sides, which is fab. Stop there for a wee second, because I want to make sure it goes right down to the bottom. I'm also going to give the edge at the bottom a little squeeze all the way around. I don't want any air bubbles at all. If anyone knows the god of air bubbles, let me know. You can be quite firm with this. Right, let's see. I've actually probably made way too much. That's okay, because I've got another mould standing by. Yeah, I have made way too much. Look at that, it's like pouring like a Mr. Whippy ice cream. Again, just give it a little bit of a shake, tap. Oh, put too much in. This is not going well, is it? Let's see, I've probably now taken out too much. Honestly, my heart is racing at the moment. This is I don't even know if I'm going to put this on YouTube, because it's turning into such a disaster. But do you know what? I'm so pleased I wore my gloves. So pleased I wore my gloves. Oh my goodness, what a mess. You don't find this in Claire's Crafty Corner, do you? Oh my goodness. Right. Get those air bubbles. Do you know what? I might upload it, because and I think I might actually entitle it "What Not to Do When Wanting to Make a Peach Coloured Eco-Pour Pot." Although the colour is actually coming out quite nice. I see a wee bit of streaky red in there. Totally because I didn't obviously mix it properly. Right, we're going to let this cure dry. It is water based, and I will find something else to pour the rest of my Eco-Pour into, because I seem to have quite a lot left. Any bubbles on the surface, just pop. Yeah, it's not quite as mixed in as I would like, but anyway, I'm happy that it's all fit in the mould. Right, I'm going to let it cure, set, dry, and I'll be back very soon. Well, in about an hour. Wish it luck. I'm back. I'm really happy with the colour. It's a wee bit messy on the outside of the mould, but you know, that's totally fine. Slightly anxious about demoulding, if I'm honest. I made a couple of wee candle tea light holder. And as you can see, they've got some kind of, like, it almost looks as though it's still to dry out, but I think basically like the sides are quite good. I'm hoping that's what it is, but to be honest, I think it's probably because I hadn't mixed all the mixture properly, and it's out of the same batch as this. So yeah, we're just going to have to demould and hope for the best. Let's have a wee sneaky peek down the side. There's going to be little tiny bits flying. Oh, you can see the coloured bits there. Right, okay, let's just demould. There's bits of dried Ecopore flying across the room. I've watched quite a few videos of other people doing this, especially Claire's Crafty Corner, and she always does say the kind of weakest point to, you know, when bits might break off or snap are on demould. So I'm going to go really carefully and try and roll up. Oh, it's actually much easier than resin. Oh, look how beautiful that work is, that cut. Oh, I really hope this dries out, because I love the colour. Do you know what? See, because there's still a wee bit warm in there, I wonder if it will dry out. But look at this. I love it. Absolutely love it. I just need them to dry out. But I love the fact that there is not a single, and I'm looking very carefully, not a single air bubble in this mixture. Now, I have used other powdered eco resin brands and always end up with bubbles every single time, doesn't matter how careful I am. But there's not a single air bubble. And there are so much potential for air bubbles, because at the point of each edge is tend to be typically where they appear. Oh, I'd absolutely love this. Like, oh, now I need to make so many different colours. So cool. Anyway, I'm going to let it cool down, tidy up this mess, and then I'm going to finish off with some of the bloom finish, which is a sealer for the Ecopore, and it's a bit, in fact I haven't actually opened it, fallen out. It might be sealed. Looks very similar to PVA, but this is definitely not PVA. So I will wait until this gets completely cold, probably tomorrow, and get some bloom finish, and then hopefully it'll be completely dried out and I'll post some pictures on my Instagram. So please come over and visit me at Scottish_sparkles. And if you like this video and you'd like to see more, please like and subscribe, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.